Ray Campbell, chairman of the Utah Valley State College Auto Expo and Swap Meet. This is our 14th annual event, and we do this for scholarships for UVSC, for the automotive area. Our scholarships hopefully will put some kids through school, and these are going to be our technicians and people's going to work on our cars later on. Showtime for 2004 Auto Expo.
barbecue beef dinner. You don't know what you're missing out on. Friday night cruise, Barber Brothers, down to UVSC. Look.
Whoa.
This is not on the Atkins diet. I'm gonna eat it anyway.
I got you last year.
Okay, we'll do it again. Here we go. Have some more beans.
That guy likes beans. Last year he says quit on those.
Hello, I'm Wardell Brown. We've got quite a collection of cars down here at the college. Looks like there's like maybe 500 cars out here. We've got about 8 or 9 of ours. I've been in the used car business for close to 50 years now. Used cars and stuff that are out here now are the stuff I was selling new 50 years ago. And it really got me interested in it. I really liked these type of cars. So I started collecting them. I've got a few cars I've had for as long as 25 years. Mostly in the last 5 or 6 years I've got to the point that I could buy a few. And I've bought now in excess of 100, somewhere right around 120 cars, all fully restored and runnable and ready to show. And we're just loving every minute of it, loving the cars, loving the industry, and just fun.
What was it like when you were growing up? Were you around some of these cars when you were growing up?
Well, yeah. When I was growing up, I was selling most of these cars. My dad was a car salesman, and I always liked hot rod cars and stuff when I was a kid. My first car was a 41 Ford. Of course, now I've replaced that. I've got just a really nice 41 Ford. And I bought a brand new 55 Ford Crown Victoria. Actually, my wife and I drove on our honeymoon, and I replaced that with another one exactly like it. And, just trying to replace a lot of the old memories and do a lot of fun stuff. We've got T-Birds, we've got Corvettes, we've got some of the really old classics, old Ford, some old Cadillacs, and some mid-age Cadillacs. Got a really nice row of Chevys through the 50s. Just about anything that you'd want in the classic and custom cars, we've got a few of them.
Tell me about that Mercury out there.
This Mercury's a 51. I was down in Phoenix about 3 years ago and ran across a guy that wanted to sell that, and we bought it from him. And it's just been it wins almost every time I take it out, so I don't bother to take it out. Everybody that sees it just thoroughly loves it. And that's been our main source of comments here today at this show is people loving that Mercury. And of course, speaking of Mercuries, I've got a Mercury pickup truck here. Hardly anybody's ever even seen one of those. It's a Mercury Econoline. This is a great show down here. Anybody that's involved in cars certainly ought to be here to this show. Thank you.
My name's Clay Liston. I've been involved in this car show here at the college for about the last 14 years. assembling and organizing people to get in here and the vendors. We've got a pretty good turnout this year. Wish we had a little bit better weather, but our vendor row is very filled. We've got all kinds of variation of vendors, from tires to all kinds of accessories. I think we haven't got our car count, but I think we're going to have at least 500, if not more, cars this year. And everybody seems to be pretty happy. We could use, like I say, a little better weather, but I think we'll have a good day. It'll be a good turnout.
Well, I'm Lyndon. I drive the show rig. I'm here to represent Carol Shelby and the Cobras. We were asked to come up here and just show off some of our cars. And we came up and brought some, got a 289 FIA up and a 427 Cobra on the end. I don't know what else you want me to say. We enjoy building them. We have fun doing it, giving them out to the people.
Okay, if none of you have been on the Route 66 cruise, that's quite a cruise. I do really encourage you to do that. It's really a fun run, and several of us here got kind of conned into going this year, and it's all because of Ray Campbell, of course. He made us go to a luncheon and then sign all the paper, and he took a bunch of money from us, and he planned this whole thing out, and of course, and everything. Then he ditched us and didn't go. So we were just kind of wandering around and everything. Then he used some lame excuse like his boy was graduating from college and why he couldn't go. So we knew where he really wanted to be, even though a boy graduating from college would be an important thing. We knew Ray wanted to be with us with his wife and on the cruise, and he couldn't make it. And so we found this. We couldn't find a Route 66 sign, so we found a Route 99 sign.
Care if it's not, though.
I still thought it was 99.
They're happy, they read everybody, they make it fun for us to go to events. And this year, we're going to give this to Louise Humphreys. I don't know if Louise is here. We hold her, but anyway, if you know Louise, she goes way overboard to make this fun for everybody. She tries to remember anniversaries, birthdays. You say it, she tries to take care of it. She tries to make everybody happy. So it's to you and Keller.
Best of show.
Congratulations. To provide part of the collection today, and I'm just saying part. I think I asked him, I'd have him come back 15 years and we'll show different cars every year, but Ardell's got a fabulous collection, and I appreciate him bringing his cars down today. We've got a plaque for Ardell and a jacket, and the plaque is basically, I want to thank Ardell for letting everybody have the opportunity of viewing cars with great collection. We appreciate your time and efforts in providing your collection for us. We hope in the future we'll be able to highlight more of your collection We want you to know that your efforts have helped the college with its automotive scholarship program, and we hope you'll be back with us every year. And there's the plaque and the jacket, and a sincere thanks, Ardell. It's been great. Thank you.
Thanks, we appreciate it. Thanks very much.
Okay, let's get off the jackets. Okay, the last one is the President's Cup, sponsored by Far West Bank. We've got a jacket and we've got a plaque up here. The President picked entry number 268, Craig Martin. It's the 1929 Fight Team. There he is right there. Craig, nice vehicle. The President loved it, so there's your cup. There's your jacket. And thank you very much.
Before you do the President's Award, I'd like to mention two people.
Okay.
Two people and a staff of thousands. I think we owe a big round of applause to Clay and Ray and everyone that puts this show together. They have nothing to do with the weather. They work their tails off for years with this thing. And we want to thank you guys. You have a great staff behind you, and it wouldn't be the same without you. Thank you so much for doing what you do to continue the show.
Hey, thank you. We try. We have our problems sometimes.
That's all, folks, for 2004. Hope to see you next year. Keep
All right, we have some stuff to give away, and first off, obviously, sports.
We're the Harveys.
Marcy Harvey.
Frank Harvey. We've had this car about 4 years. We bought it at the Cache Valley Cruise-In swap meet in Logan.
What year is it?
It's a 1957 two-door 210. And we just love it. We've enjoyed it very much. We've driven 31,000 miles since we bought it. And we take it everywhere we can and show it off to everybody.
And it's a Chevrolet, you forgot to tell him to make.
Yes.
What's the funnest thing you like about the car?
That we can travel in it and enjoy it. And it gets lots of stares and high thumbs, and we've really enjoyed that part of it. We'll continue to drive it until we have to put new tires on it and we'll buy more tires. It has been in a trailer, but that isn't where it customly rides, and so we're normally out on the road with it. But we do have an enclosed trailer we haul it with on occasion when we have to take the motor home.
Okay, I'm Tim Willis, and this is my son Chris Willis's car. Shown it for 2 years now. It's a 1956 Chevy 210, 4-door. Since last year, we've louvered the hood, louvered the battery case, put the new stainless in, and done some suspension work. It belongs to the boy. He's going to repaint it again next year and flame it. Goes to UVSC at the auto body shop, and he's done all the work himself. Started on it when he was 14 years old. He's 19 now. Car belongs to him.
What's the funnest thing?
Driving it and working on it with him.
All right.
I said I like the sound of the engine. It gets me going. Did you want to know that?
Yeah, I want to know your name, rank, and serial number.
I'm Rick. This is Nancy Lee, 37 Chevy. I like it because it gets her going.
Oh, God, get out of here.
When did you get this?
And when it runs good, it's fun. But when it don't run, it's no fun.
Now, do you drive it a lot?
Oh yeah, I got it. It was a rust bucket, total rust bucket.
How many years ago?
Up, what, 8, 9 years ago, something like that.
Uh-huh.
And just got back from Route 66 and had a good time down here.
Let's see that hat.
See that?
Let me get up on close on that. All right.
This is from Hackberry. See, that's the neatest place in the world.
Is it?
Oh yeah. I tried to figure out how to bring all their signs home in a U-Haul. Fill my garage with it.
Okay, anything else about this car?
No.
Cadillac. Grandpa found it in a chicken coop in Wyoming, and about 22 years ago, it had probably about 2 foot worth of chicken crap in it, and chickens live in it. And that's when he started the painstaking adventure of restoring this thing one piece at a time. So,
How many years did that take?
it took about four years.
And a big shovel, huh?
Yeah. And it's been sitting basically in this condition for about 17 years.
That's beautiful. I didn't catch your name. Let me have your
Kalani.
Kalani. Okay.
Kalani Huttle.
Okay.
Okay, I'm Doug Lichty. This year I brought in 1970 Mustang Mach 1. It's got 351 4-barrel Cleveland that I've converted to Boss 351, which means basically solid lifters. It's got roller rockers, different crank, flywheel, all that. Factory 4-speed air car. That makes it really rare. Plus factory power disc, power steering, shaker, front and rear spoilers, louvers on the rear window. So it's got all options except intermittent wipers. Got factory AM FM radio with fold down rear seat, Magnum 500 wheels, and it's got 60,000 original miles.
Where did you get this now?
Got it out of Colorado. I've had this longer than any of my other cars. I got it in 1980 from the original owner. And I keep it garaged. Yeah, the color is grabber orange, pretty rare color and one of my favorite colors. I keep hoping they'll bring that back in a new car. The new 04 Cobra is one of the new colors, is competition orange.
I got a 51 Oldsmobile 88. Took me about 8 years to restore it because I was working 2 jobs. Drove it about 90,000 miles. It's had a lot of rough use.
How long have you had it?
Probably 30 years.
30 years.
In the movie The Boy's Life, they filmed in Ogden, probably about 20 seconds. That's about it.
My name is Dennis Ward. It's a 1954 Super 88 Oldsmobile. I bought it from a guy in Colorado, Grand Junction, Colorado 2 years ago, and I've restored it back to the original car. I drove it to Lansing, Michigan 2 years ago to the National Oldsmobile meet. I am going to drive it to Minnesota this year to the National Oldsmobile meet. It is a nice car.
Pretty dependable, huh?
It's dependable. I've put probably 20,000 miles on it since we restored it.
What's the best thing you like about it?
It's different. It's
got a nice design, doesn't it?
They have a nice design to them. They are nice old cars to have.
Okay, this is Greg Martin from Riverton, Utah. It's a 1954 Olds 98 sedan. I bought it back in Schenectady, New York, and drove it home with no problem at all. And it's a cruiser car. It's not quite a show quality car, but it's a good cruiser.
How long have you had it?
Bought it in 1998. I put about 4,000 or 5,000 miles a year on it in tours.
What's the favorite tour you like?
Favorite one we did was probably Glacier National Park.
All right.
I'm Bruce Murdoch. This is a 1962 Oldsmobile Jetfire. It's one of only 3,765 made in 1962. Originally, it was a turbocharged engine from the factory, aluminum 215-inch cubic inch V8. The first production turbocharged American automobile. Beat the Corvair to market by about 2 weeks, from what I understand. This is definitely a work in progress. I've had it for about 7 years now. I got it from a guy in California who had it sitting in his backyard, and I basically rebuilt all the mechanics on it so I could drive it. And the body's next, and the rest of it. But because it's rare and interesting, I thought I'd bring it and show it to people who've probably never seen one before, or rarely ever see them.
So now it's drivable, and
it's drivable. It's a lot of fun to drive. It gets a lot of looks. You know, it needs a lot of work, but it's just kind of fun to drive an old car and something that's unique.
Well, my name is Greg Giles. I live up in Kaysville, and about 15 years ago, myself and 10 other folks started the Rendezvous Rocket chapter of the Oldsmobile Club of America. And I've had this car probably 20, 25 years. My wife wanted me to buy it, and after I owned it about 6 months, I discovered in her, out in the chest of drawers, her high school yearbook. And in the high school yearbook, there's a picture of a fellow leaning against a car just exactly like this, and the bottom of the picture says, "Love you always, Ricky." So I bought my wife's boyfriend's car, I guess.
That's a great story.
But I've done all the work, done the paint and the body on this, and all the mechanical work. So it's
great.
Pretty nice highway car.
Steve Huff, and the truck is a 1955 Chevrolet. Well, you'll be able to see it's about everything's not stock on it. There's not much stock left on it, but Really enjoyed the truck. It's all injected, 700R, 4-speed automatic, disc brakes all the way around, air ride. Anyway, it's a nice truck, and let's look at the pictures.
My name's Doyle Jones.
All right, thank you.
And this is a 1956 Ford F-100.
Yeah, it has
that
been.
I've restored and done some modifications to.
Get a little worn through.
The modification is that it's got a 351 Cleveland engine with a C4 automatic transmission. It's got the 9-inch Ford rear end in it now. I put an air conditioner in it. It's got power disc brakes on the front. The whole chassis has been sandblasted and powder coated. It's actually better condition than it was when it was new.
How many years have you been working on this?
I bought this truck 3 years ago on the 4th of July. I had it ready to paint on December of that same year.
Wow. Fast work.
All right. Yeah.
My husband's name is Jim McKechnie, and this is his truck. It's a 56 Ford. He's worked on it for about 5 years. He likes it a lot. And we have a lot of fun with it.
How much work have you had to do to get this in this shape?
I don't know. How much? I don't know. I haven't done it.
Tell me about it. How many years?
The drivetrain, we've got a 350 Mustang front end, 4-bar rear end, disc brakes, air conditioning. That's about it.
My name's Dave Plowman. My car's a 1969 Ford Fairlane Cobra, 428 Cobra jet, 4-speed, 9-inch nodular rear end. It's a street warrior. It's pure black. I don't know what else to tell you.
How long have you had it?
About 5 years. It's been a good car. It's been a real good car. I didn't build it, somebody else built it and I bought it. Ground up restoration.
All right.
I wish I got here earlier.
J. Don Bird. I live in Springville, South Main, have bird storage. I brought this Prowler in 201. And it's only got 4,000 miles on it. They say it's a collector's item they're not making anymore. I got the trailer out of Wisconsin. It took me 7 months to get the trailer, but the paint matched and everything when I got it. It's really a good car, a great car. I've had a lot of fun with it so far.
My name's Jay Shumway. My wife's Donna next to me. We've had this truck for 50 years. We bought it in 1953 when I come out of Korea. I drove it till 66. One son took it and drove it for years in school. My brother drove it. It's had about 20 motors in it. It's set for 15 years, and then we put it back together 6 years ago, and all we do is drive it and really enjoy it now. It has a 302 Ford motor in it, C4 automatic transmission. We have air, cruise, and everything else to make it fun to drive. Really enjoy coming out and talking to people.
We're John and Judy Ledkins, and this is a 1980 Vet that we own. We purchased it about, 4 months ago. We searched all over for a C3 Vet that had some low mileage, very low mileage, and we found this one in West Virginia. It had 14,000 miles on it. We purchased it. It's got 17,000 on it now. And that's basically the history on the Vet. It was purchased in 1980 by a company. It was a perk, a business perk for an employee of an oil company back in Pennsylvania, and he had so many cars he just let it set most of the time in his garage. That's why it has such low miles. Yeah.
That's what you like, huh? Let it sit.
All original, and it's a great car.
You're on.
My name is Kerry. It's owner of a 55 Chevy Bel Air 4-door. I got it about 6 years ago from Uncle. He called up one day, asked about taking the car and selling it to a junkyard, and decided we'll give him $200 for it instead. The car was pretty bad. It was rusted up. Paint was hideous. The engine didn't run. Took it home, stripped it down. Over the years while I was in the service, every time I'd come home I'd spend some time and put it together. Just recently came home from Operation Iraqi Freedom and left the service and spent the last 2 months non-stop putting her together and just got it completed out today.
My name is Douglas, but this is a late model Ferrari 308 Quattro Volvole. They made 3 series and this is the end of their series. So it's got a V8 3-liter engine. It produces about 260 to 265 horsepower. Lots of fun to drive.
How long have you had this car?
A little over a year. And the third owner of it has largely been sitting in a garage. So it's in remarkably good shape. It's a good driver, a lot of fun.
My name is Brian. This is my 96 Chevy S10. It's got airbags on each corner, just adjustable suspension, goes up and down, gets just about back up to stock height, and sits on the frame rails, as you might know. Have a gander.
My name is Mark Michaud. Just got a 50 Pontiac here, did up at the Street Rod class UVSC. It's chopped 5 inches in section 2. Been a good fun project, got a lot of good tooling up there. Chris Bogus, really good teacher, knows his stuff. Basically, yeah, good class to take. Got me a really good head start for what I really love to do, so I suggest that everyone else follow in my footsteps.
Blaine Thompson, 1927 Ford Roadster that we dedicated to the DARE program and to fallen officers of Utah. We have sponsors that kind of help us with the car. But yeah, it's used for all the DARE graduations and city parades, anything to do with the DARE program. And that's basically about it.
My name is Ryan Wilson, and got the 69 Camaro SS, and got the homemade dual scoop hood on it.
Doesn't look homemade to me. Professional, huh? How long have you had this?
Oh, about 5 years.
What's the best thing about it you like?
Oh, color and the stripes. It turned out nice color combination.
This truck was finished in 1987, and it has been down here for about every year since. We stretched out 2 feet. Other than that, just a road job.
You drive it around much?
Yeah, I drive it quite a bit. Yeah. The first 4 years we didn't drive it. Now we do.
Get everybody on the road just excited, rubbernecking and everything, huh?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, we got a lot of fun with it.
Go ahead.
My name's Steve Peterson, J&S Custom Auto Care in Salem. It's a 48 Fiat custom funny car body. We fabricated it, I painted it. This is our towback vehicle. It's a Ford Festiva 4-door shortened job.
You really shortened that, didn't you?
Yeah. Yep.
So where do you race this?
All over the western United States.
How have you done with it?
Good. Good. This is a new body. It's not been down the track yet. The car's called Not So Funny Funny. Because it's a funny car. This is where the parachutes mount. Haven't put them on. There's some wheelie bars that come out of the back there. Stick clear out the back. We didn't put them on so nobody trips over them. The whole car is just basically hand designed. We carved it out of clay and Bondo and then made a mold and then laid up the car out of the mold. And then spent lots of hours blocking it off, and I spent 9 days painting it.
Alright, my name is Jim Tallman. I'm Vice President of Inland Roadsters. The car is a 67 Camaro convertible. Inland Roadsters are better known as the Ducks. The Duck is the hood ornament off of Chris Christopherson's semi that was in the movie Convoy, better known as it's where they came out with the rubber ducky. So there's about 18 of the chrome ducks available out there right now. The club was originally started back in California. That's why it's called Inland Roadsters from the Inland Empire. Anything else you need to know?
When did you get this?
I bought that in 1980. It was restored in 1995. Paint job on it's 10 years old.
My name's Brian Holton. This is my 98 Honda Accord. I put a body kit on it wheels and tires. Put a little bit of engine work in it. Working on the stereo system. But that's about it for now.
Nice touch with the mirrors on the ground.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, my name's Bob Quintana, and we're with the PT Cruiser Club of Utah, and there's about 32 members. And this is our PT Cruiser. It's a 2001. It was probably one of the first two or three that were purchased in Ogden in August 2000. See, I got little spotlights on here, Appleton spotlights, and we have plenty of little toys. All our members have their share of toys. This is Sherman Anderson. He's an old timer. He's got ghost flames on his car and a special grill on it. It's a beautiful car. You can't see the flames at certain angles, but others you can. This here is Dave Hinshaw, and his is PT Cruise. Most of us have personalized license plates. He also instructs snowboarding at the Canyon Ski Resort in Park City, and he had a company make up this snowboard for him. You can see all the detail that he's gone through in here. How can you tell? Well, looks like a lady got This is Donna Steele. She won an award for her car last Saturday in Bountiful, and she did good. We got the Jazz Bear came, sat in her car. We won a special award for our whole club that's called We Love This Car Show Award. Flagged in the back here. Got beautiful rims. Here's her assortment of toys. And there's her award for her car. Here's the one for our PT Cruiser Club Award. Okay, this is Barb Jensen's car, and it's a blue PT Cruiser like ours, but she's added all these chrome pieces to it, and it's a beautiful car. She's got a special bug screen on the front. She got a little picnic set up here. And this is Barb Jensen.
Who's Barb?
This is Barb Jensen here.
Hi, Barb.
Hello.
With her beautiful car with all the chrome. I really like the bug shield on the front. This car belongs to Zephyr. He just joined our club, and you can see he has a personalized license plate also. He's got the turbo in it. This is Zephyr here, and his friend. He did a video last year for us. That's about it.
My name's Scott Mortensen. This is a 1959 Bug-Eye Sprite, Austin Healey. We've had it for about 22 years. Came when we bought it with a Datsun engine in it. Then we converted it back to original. It's all stock with a 948cc engine in it. And we show it and drive it and enjoy it.
Bob Sebring.
Bob, how long you been working on this?
I completed it within less than 5 months. Here's a before picture. Days after I bought it. This is approximately 3 to 4 months after I bought it.
Boy, you must know what you're doing.
I'm a GM trained technician, man. My first car was a 48 coupe.
Other cars you've had?
I've had probably 200 cars, at least.
Oh, wow.
This is my last and final. But I've had all Chevrolets. I had another 56, and I had a 55. I've had two 48 coupes. Goes from there.
Partial to Chevys?
Pretty much. See?
All right.
My name's Ben Engel. I'm the founder of City of Salt for Children with Down Syndrome. What we have here is a 41 Ford that we're raffling off August 1st, $10 a ticket, and all the money goes for the Children with Down Syndrome. We're on the internet website under cityofsalt.com. We have a Diet Water, Diet Spring Water, and that's all a non-profit. All the sales off that goes for the children too. And I appreciate you interviewing me in that, and the children appreciate it too.
Thank you.
And we're just Salt Lake region.
What's your name?
Jerry. And I didn't get into it until only about 3-4 years ago, and I have a friend that's in it. He helped me do this car. And
what year is that?
it's a 1947 Mercury Club Coupe. And the next one there's mine is a 53 Ford Victoria. And that's just about it.
You picked two nice ones, didn't you?
Yeah, that club's been going for years. It's just what they do is try and keep all the Fords authentic, like they was built, and then they have awards for them. You know, you get Dearborns and stuff like that. So it's been pretty fun. That's about how I got started.
My name's Norm Batt. I have a 1966 Coupe, 302. It's got a T5 transmission in it, 700 Weber carburetor. And what else went on?
How'd you put it together?
Oh, it was a lot of work. Had the car for about 3 years. From October to May, it's been torn down. Everything, lights, bumpers, carpets, seats, clear to the paint job, has all been redone in the last 9 months.
All right.
Bob Eames, have a 2004 Mustang GT convertible. Go to a lot of shows, just out cruising on the weekends. I'm part of the Mustang Club, show and trip coordinators, and just enjoy being out amongst friends. That's about it.
Your name?
Reg Stevenson.
How do you figure out how to get all this stuff?
You know, it just comes to me. It's like I'm like a magnet. I'm like an old magnet. It just old metal and old rust just comes to me.
One day the postman shows up and there's a Coca-Cola sign on your front door?
No postman. It's just it just shows up. I'm just a big old magnet.
Keep your eyes open.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hunt everywhere.
I'll be back and get
Okay, Dick.
So you just kind of look around and
Yep.
run across this
Yep,
stuff. huh?
find it everywhere. Have been for years, last 20, 30 years.
Some of it ever leave your hands?
Every day. It comes and goes.
$5 in 1987.
From where?
And from my grandfather. And it's been sitting in the barn with me, putting it off once a year for about that many years. I decided to pull it out and do something with it. I'm either going to sell it today or start working on it, I guess. It needs a little bit of work, all right.
So it's selling for how much?
$2,800 or best offer.
What's it called?
It's a teardrop trailer. It's a 1939.
Who made it?
I wish I could read the tag so I could tell. It's got a tongue, but I can't see the thing.
Tell me your name.
My name's Tim.
Tim. Thanks, Tim.
Yep.
Your name?
My name's Chris. One of the pit crew drivers on it. It's a Fiat body. It's got a 598 cubic inch big block. Horses. It runs off of alcohol and about 400 horsepower of nitrous. It's got a 2-speed power glide transmission with a Fab 9 rear end. In about a 150-foot pit, it does it about 2.5 to 3 seconds. And it's basically just all custom from front to back. These are the 2 fuel tanks. This is for the alcohol, and this is for the gasoline. It runs a 114 octane, and when you run nitrous, you got to mix a little bit of alcohol with it because it runs at 2 knots.
Yeah, I'm Steve Toner, and the car I've brought here today is a CAV GT, which is a replica of a 1966 Ford GT40. This is a car that ran at Le Mans, was essentially commissioned by Henry Ford to win Le Mans, no question, win Le Mans, after Ferrari had refused to sell the company to Ford. Henry Ford II decided to embarrass Ferrari at the world's most important race, which at that time was the 24 Hours of Le Mans, and had this car built.
How did it turn out? Did he win?
It took them a few years, but in 1966 they won with a different engine than this one has. They ran with 427 cubic inch engines, but they won it in 1967 with what's known as the Mark IV, which is a different construction than this. And in 1968, after they changed the rules in Le Mans, and 1969. So the GT40 actually won Le Mans 4 years in a row.
What a record, huh?
What a record, and Ferrari pulled out of racing. At Le Mans, they would start the race. The drivers would be standing on one side of the track, and the cars would be parked on the other side. The drivers had to run across the track and jump in the cars. That's why they have the cutout here in the roof to make it easier to jump into this car and get in the car and get going faster.
Max Littlefield from Provo.
Uh-huh.
The car's a 1923 Ford Coupe. It got the original engine in it that come out in that year. They was all just one color black when they originally was produced, but I wanted to change a little bit from the old black and added a little bit to it. Basically, that's it.
Where'd you find this car?
We found it in Spanish Fork, just a ways from home. We live in Provo, and over in Spanish Fork, a man had it over there.
How long has it been since you found it?
Oh, I just haven't had it very long. It's been recently that I was able to get the vehicle, and it was partially restored when I obtained it, so I haven't had that much to do on it, just odds and ends.
What about the color? Did you redo the color?
Yeah, the color was my combination, yeah.
All right.
Well,
Go ahead.
My name is Dean. I actually live here in Orem, and I've got 2 Fieros here. This is an 88 GT, and the graphic on the front that you were asking about was actually a Halloween decal that I got. It was in a Halloween car shows, and once I got that decal, I stuck that on there, and my kids wouldn't let me take it off, so I left it on there. Well, actually, when they first came out with the Fieros back in '84 is when I wanted one then, but since it only has 2 seats in it, my wife said there's absolutely no way we're getting that if we're having a family. And we'd already had 3 children at the time. So I thought, all right, one day I'm finally going to get one. So after the kids were pretty well grown, we finally got she got her nice family minivan. I finally said, okay, it's time for Dad to get his little 2-seater car. And I started off with one, and it's grown. I now have 3 of these. They're so fun to drive. In fact, I just a few months ago bought a brand new truck, a GMC 4-wheel drive. I'd much rather be driving this than that truck, which is boring to me.
Got it.
It's boring.
You got
This
it.
is fun to drive.
All right.
Even though I'm a grandpa, you know, I like to feel young again, and this is what keeps me young.
My name is Ron Russell. It's a 53 Ford Victoria. I put extensive work into it. It's been through 3 or 4 stages of change, and I just want to get rid of some of my stuff. I'm working on a new one, so some of it's got to go away.
Dennis T-shirt. Toy collector. I have old toys here, I have restored toys, and I have some new toys that are produced now. I display every year here. Try to bring a different variety out, different ones every year.
How'd you get started with this?
About 45 years ago, I picked up an old truck. I got started. These are called pressed steel, heavy toys, made in the 20s, mid-20s. Sometimes you find good ones, but they were so heavy they were left outside, kind of a yard toy. So you have to restore them, like these two. These two are restored. Sometimes you're lucky, you find them in the basements and they're in good shape. So it's
Eric, you're up there with a shop up on 4th North in Orem, aren't you? And tell me a little bit more about this car here.
It's a 2003 Mustang Cobra. They're fastest production Mustang that's been built to this date. 390 horsepower stock with a 6-speed supercharged. They're kind of a cool car, especially if you're into Fords, so they're a neat car.
Hi, I'm Ray Campbell. This is my 55 Chevrolet. It's a 210, two-door. I've always loved 55 Chevs. I had a 55 when I was younger. I raced one at Bonneville Raceway. When I got married, I sold my 55, which I cried a lot and wanted it back in a year after I sold it, but it was too late. So it took me a while again, but after we'd been married a while, 55 up in Salt Lake and bought it. And what I did with it is over a period of time put a 383 in it, put a 4-speed, which I always loved when I was younger, so yeah, you got to have a 4-speed is the way I look at it. And I just had to have something that gave it gas and it went fast.
Thank you.